for San Diego. We're going to be proud to host the All-Star Game coming up here next year. I talk about the opportunity for this to be a first-class facility, just for the Chargers, but for Super Bowls and for decades to come.
Do you sense any sort of shift in San Diego's favor, for overtime?
Okay, but I wouldn't. It's hard to characterize. All I can tell you is the discussion today was very open. There was a lot of good questions on timing. There was I think a receptiveness to hearing directly from us about the steps that we've taken and the steps that we're continuing to take.
Was there any dialogue with Putin, or did he ask any questions?
Oh, he did not ask any questions.
Did you learn anything?
No, look, it was very clear to me, all of the owners in the room today were very engaged in this process, have given it a lot of thought. And so I think today was a very important part of this ongoing decision to hear directly from San Diego.
Can you tell me about the questions you were asked?
Yeah, I mean, they centered around timing, they centered around environmental impact.
What do you mean timing? What was the question?
In terms of our ability, what steps need to be taken, how would a June ballot work? We talked about the work that we've already done, and we spent a fair amount. We spent a time on our financing plan as well, the work that we've been doing with Citibank, and there was some very positive comments about the design of the stadium, which I'm biased, but I think it's a pretty spectacular building that we have the ability to do.
Did you feel that any of those questions were particularly negative or pointed?
I think that all of the questions were very open. They were very direct, and I think genuinely trying to get a sense of the steps, as I said, that we've taken, the steps that we are taking, and I appreciated the dialogue. I think it's probably the most important part of the presentation, and any presentation, is when you have a chance to talk back and forth and have them hear from me directly as mayor.
Mr. Mayor, when you say the questions were direct, can you give us an example?
Oh, just in terms of what are the steps that you have to take for a June election? What are the steps that you've taken on the environmental impact report? What does the governor's ruling mean? All very, great questions. A lot of them not surprising, and ones that we were ready for.
Was there concerns regarding the idea that the environmental impact report would be challenged in court? Did anybody bring that up?
No, I talked about the steps that we have taken to minimize risk. While you can never take all risk out of any equation, I said, here's the steps that we've done, here's the work that we've done on the IR, here's what the governor's office has done, and so I think it was very important for them to hear that directly from us about, as I said, not only what we've done, but how we see the next weeks and months.
So the project qualifies for Governor Brown's leadership designation?
It allows for AB 900 in terms of expedited environmental review.
That's what I'm referring to.
Do you think
Thank
this
you,
will
guys.
go to a
Thank you,
vote
Mr. Mayor.
on the
Thank
NFL
you.
side before it gets to that June vote?
The NFL, obviously, they're in charge of their timeline.
Right.
What they heard, as I said, today, we've got, we have a good group of us here today, our strong team. Back in San Diego, right now, there's, hundreds of thousands of fans that are committed to keeping the NFL and keeping the Chargers in San Diego right where they belong. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
thank you.
Mr. Mayor. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
That's San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer, who, polar opposite of Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf, met with the media, answered all the questions, and took as much time as he could. Came out the front way, same way as he went, and there he goes.